Hey guys, what's up? It's Savannah. Welcome back to another episode of My Thoughts Exactly. Thank you guys so much for joining me here today. If you're new here, hi, my name is Savannah and I am your host of My Thoughts Exactly. Before we get started, make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss an episode. We post every single Friday here on the podcast as well as on YouTube, and you are not going to want to miss it. So with that all being said, happy Friday, you guys. I hope you have had a great week. And if you haven't, guess what? It's Friday. You did it. You made it through the week. It's now the weekend, and I hope you guys have a great one. I've been having a pretty good week so far. By the time you guys listen to this, I'll actually be in New York. I'm going to New York with my family, so I'm very excited about that. I'm trying to get all of my ducks in a row. Speaking of ducks, not as much ducks, but definitely birds. I don't know if you guys can hear it. There are birds somewhere in my house. Let me explain. There's birds trapped somewhere in the walls of my house, and saying that sentence out loud makes me itch. Hayden recently discovered this. So a couple weeks ago, I started hearing birds around the house, and I thought I was going a little bit crazy. I'm not going to lie, but they sounded like they were inside of the house, but I would check all the windows everywhere and I could never find them. And I was like, okay, they must just be like, there must be a nest just really close to a window or something that I'm just picking up on. That's what I thought. Fast forward to a couple nights ago, Hayden comes up to me and he goes, "Hey babe, have you ever heard anything that sounds like birds downstairs?" And I go, "Yes, I have actually for quite some time now, and I just haven't said anything." And he was like, "Okay, why have you not said anything?" And I go, "I thought I was going crazy." He goes, "No, there's actually birds. We have a downstairs bathroom, and it is right off of my office where I film, and it's where I'm filming right now. And when you go in there, there's a little air vent, and you can hear birds inside of the air vent." Long story short, we have contacted someone to come remove the birds peacefully because I will not let them go any other way. But it definitely is freaking me out. I'm hearing them all throughout the day. And again, it's kind of making my skin crawl thinking about like anything living in the walls. Like I just know too much about all of that. I have a true crime podcast. I don't like to think about things living in the walls. Okay. Not my thing, but they are there. So that's what we've been dealing with this week. And if you can hear any chirping in the background, that's what that is. I've been hearing it all day, but it's kind of nice now. I'm kind of like, I've adapted to it at this point. I feel like it's like a new little pets, because there's many of them in there. Anyways, that's what I've been dealing with this week, but that's not what we're here to talk about. We're here to have some fun today, and I'm excited because as you can tell by the title of today's episode, today we are discussing all of my spring and summer must-haves, summer favorites, my skincare, hair care, lifestyle stuff that I have been turning to and grabbing for recently and will continue to do so as summer moves on, because you guys, it is June. Like it's summer. Summer is here. Happy summer. And is this the first episode that I've talked to you guys? It is. It is the first episode of June. So this is the kickoff. Welcome. I'm going to put all of the products that I'm talking to you about today, I'm going to put them all on an Instagram story highlight for you guys to refer back to. And if you don't follow the podcast on Instagram already, what are you doing? It is just at My Thoughts Exactly podcast. And that's where you get all the updates on everything for the podcast, including all of my favorites. So that's where everything will be today. If you're like, Savannah, I can't like keep up with all of this. I get it. I got you. Check the Instagram. So for today, I have a basket. If you can't see, if you're not watching me on YouTube, I have a basket here of the stuff that I want to show you guys. We are going to start off with the lifestyle stuff and then move into more of the beauty, skincare, hair care goodness. So let's do it. Let's jump into it. Starting off strong, the number one thing that I want to show you guys is something that I am obsessed with. And let me backstory this. I've never been an Apple Watch person, and this is not an Apple Watch, but I've never been an Apple Watch person. I don't know why. I've never gotten into it. I've never gotten behind it. I'm not going to be the person that's like always wearing an Apple Watch. I also like not being by my phone sometimes. Like sometimes I don't want to read people's text messages. Sometimes I don't want to know if I'm getting a phone call. And with an Apple Watch, I feel like it's constantly going to tell me. So what I wanted was basically something to help me with my fitness. I wanted something to help me when I'm in the gym, counting my calories, counting my steps. That was like the biggest one for me. I wanted a step counter. I have had a Fitbit in the past and I did really like it. However, what I noticed with the Fitbit was it was just counting random steps that I wasn't taking and it just wasn't very accurate. And I decided that I wanted to kind of switch gears a little bit. So what I'm showing you today is this little guy. If you are watching me on YouTube, it looks exactly like an Apple Watch. I got it off of Amazon. It'll be in my storefront and on the Instagram stories. I forget the name of it exactly, but I will post the exact one. This one was about $50. It tells me the time. It tells me the steps that I've taken. Right now, I have taken 2,830 steps. That's not a lot. We need to get into gear after this episode. It also tells me what my heart rate is, the amount of calories I've burned, the distance in which I've walked. So for me, that's, let's see, 1.36 miles. And what time is it? Yeah, 3:00. We're not doing good today, but we're filming a lot today, so it's okay. But I've been loving this because it does the fitness stuff and I can really specify it to what I want. So yesterday I did strength training. I put it in because they have a bunch of different categories for your fitness. So I did strength training yesterday and then afterwards I came home and I walked on the treadmill. I was able to punch in that I was on the treadmill. When I'm going on a walk, I'm able to punch in that I'm on a walk. All of the little things. It also tracks your sleep. Love that. But again, the main thing that I wanted to use this for was a step counter because I want to make a goal of reaching 10,000 steps every single day. So again, I have a ways to go after I get done filming today, but this is why this is so great because I can keep track of it. I'm someone where I do have the Aura Ring, but the Aura Ring, again, I don't think it does a great job in counting steps and counting just like tracking your fitness stuff. For me, I use the Aura Ring for birth control. So that's really the only reason I use it. But again, for this is more dedicated to my fitness journey and me working out. And it was something that I wanted to really just get to dedicate myself to. Like I wanted to get this to be like, okay, this is how I'm going to keep myself accountable. And I've been loving it thus far. It really holds a great charge well. I haven't had to charge it in 3 days. 3 days ago it was at 100%. Now it's on 67%. Like it really holds a good charge and it charges so quickly. So I've been really obsessed with this. I know that there's a bunch of different ones of these on the market. I just kind of clicked on the first one that I found on Amazon and I went for it because the reviews were pretty good. And again, it's just kind of like the basics. It like gives me everything that I need, but it also does a bunch of other things too. Like it tracks all of my calories, it tracks my blood pressure, my oxygen level, my sleep, what the weather is. You can play music off of it. And also, if you are someone where you want to get phone calls and stuff and you want an alert on it, it does connect to your phone. So you can Bluetooth through there. And in the beginning, I was getting calls through this and that was weird to me, but I turned that feature off because again, I don't really want that. But yeah, this has been something that I've been loving. It has been my go-to lately and it's just fun. It makes working out a little bit more fun for me because I'm like, oh my God, how many steps did I get? Or, oh, like how far did I walk? Or, oh, how many calories did I burn? So been loving this. This has been great. Next up, okay, you guys, what I'm about to show you. I've been obsessed with these things for the past couple months now. This is not just a summer thing. This has probably been since like February. I am someone who, well, no, maybe March, maybe April. I don't know, but it feels like forever because that's how many of these I've drank thus far. I am someone, we've talked about this before, I love a good energy drink. I'm an Alani girl. I've been a Prime girl. I've been kind of a Celsius girl. I don't really love Celsius, but Alani girl through and through really when it comes to the energy drinks. However, my dad, my family really, but my dad and my brother specifically, they got me onto a new energy drink that I have been obsessed with. And I'll tell you why. First of all, it's called Uptime. Okay. This is Uptime and it is amazing. This is the bottle. If you want to watch or if you're watching me on YouTube, you can kind of see this is what the bottle looks like. Hopefully it's focusing. You're a little bit far away from me, so I can't fully tell, but this is the blood orange flavor. It is a mental and physical energy drink. It has natural caffeine and L-theanine, which I've heard is good for you. I don't know why. Don't take my word for it, but I've heard that is good for you and it's 0 sugar. Now they do have ones with sugar. I don't like those for obvious reasons. I like the ones that are no sugar. What I've noticed about this energy drink in comparison to the other ones is that for Alani's and Primes and Celsius and other things like that, there is a very obvious crash when I drink those. I'll drink it in the morning. By 2-3 o'clock, I'm done. Like I have crashed. I'm taking a nap. I am cranky. I am no one's friend. And you do not want to be around me because there is just a total sugar crash. Even though it's sugar free, maybe it's not a sugar crash, just a caffeine crash. I crash nonetheless. And what I've noticed with the up times is I don't crash. Not only do I not crash, I can have one of these a day and be totally fine. I sometimes felt like with Alani, I was having them so often that it wasn't really doing much for me. I think at the end of me drinking Alani, it definitely was more of a placebo effect. Maybe, I don't know. Also, the Uptime has less caffeine than Alani's Prime Celsius. It has 144 grams or 145. Let me double check. It has, let's see, how much caffeine do we have in you? Let's see. 142 milligrams of natural caffeine. Now, for me personally, I like to, well, actually, we're going to fact check. Let's fact check really quickly. Okay. How much caffeine is in an Alani energy drink? Dun, 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 dun. It has 200 milligrams. So yeah, again, this one has obviously much less or decently less. I like to stick to about 400 milligrams, cap it at 400 at most every day. But again, with the Uptimes, I only need one of them and I'm good to go. Sometimes if I'm doing things like filming or having an afternoon workout, I will take another one and I'll either drink half or I'll drink the whole thing, or sometimes I'll have a coffee and an Uptime. But the Uptimes, they do wonders for me. They work so well. They give me the energy that I need, and I'm able to really stay on top of my shit, for lack of a better word. And it definitely helps me maintain a good level of energy throughout the day and does not give me that crash, which is, again, the main thing that I'm looking for. So I'm really happy with finding this. They also have amazing flavors. My favorite one is the ruby red grapefruit, but that one is limited edition and I don't think they're selling it anymore. Second option is blood orange. That's my favorite. And I'm not even an orange girly, but I like that one. So that is my second thing to share with you, Uptimes. Third one, I've talked to you guys about this before, but I'm going to repeat it again because there's no way I could talk to you about my summer favorites without talking to you guys about it. That is these non-plastic, but plastic looking cups. The reason that I'm showing you guys this is because, as you guys know, maybe you don't, but I'm going to tell you right now, I'm an iced coffee girly through and through. I don't care if it's negative degrees outside. I will have an iced coffee. Thank you very much. Now, I've decided what I've been trying to do is not go out to get coffee as much, just because, first of all, it's for so many reasons. It's a hassle for me. I just don't like it. If I can make coffee at home, I want to make coffee at home. But the reason I kind of stopped making coffee at home is because I like iced coffee. And every time I make coffee at home, it's hot coffee. And I don't like it. And I also think, and this is part of the reason I liked going out and getting coffee if I was to ever do it, I like getting it in a plastic cup. Sue me. Sorry, turtles. I liked it. But I was watching someone's YouTube video. I forget who it was. Maybe it wasn't YouTube. Maybe it was TikTok. And they were talking about these cups. They are not plastic. If you're watching me on YouTube right now, they look plastic. I know it. They feel like plastic. But if you read right there, again, I'm not sure if this, there we go. I am not plastic is what it says on it. It's biodegradable, I'm pretty sure, cups. I don't know what they're made out of. Magic, apparently, but they're amazing. And I put my iced coffee in them and I don't have to go get a coffee anymore, ever. I can't tell you the last time I went and got a coffee because I wanted coffee. These have been such a lifesaver for me. They've been a game changer. I love a good coffee. I love a good beverage. Coffee, Uptime, I don't care, margarita, wine, whatever it is. But I love a good iced coffee, and having these on deck at my house has been such a game changer. I love them. I had one today. They're so good. And again, the fact that they're not plastic, they're 100% compostable. So not biodegradable, compostable, and they're plant-based. And it's for cold drinks only. It's by FMP Brands. Again, I'm going to put this in my Amazon storefront. If it's not there already, I might be there. I might have put it in there, but these have been my favorite. I am obsessed. If you like iced coffee and if you make coffee at home and you want to take out the time that it takes to go get one, again, I know some people like to go get coffee and it's like their little me time. Go off. If that's you, that's great. But if you're like me and you're like, I don't want to have to go and get one, I'd rather just have it here, this is for you. I promise you. Trust me on this one. It's so good. That's the next thing. Okay, those were kind of like my 3 lifestyle things that I had to share with you today. Now let's get on to the beauty, skincare, hair care stuff, my favorite. We are going to start with skincare. So A couple days ago, Hayden and I went to the mall because we're going to New York, like I said, and we just kind of needed a restock on some stuff. I, at this point, was so bone dry out of every skincare product I had, out of every hair care product. It was rough. My skin was looking rough. My hair was looking rough. And I just was like craving my products again because I know kind of what works for me and I know how my skin and hair care and whatever react. And so I'm so happy to have these products. And now I can 100% say that they are like non-negotiables for me this summer because I'm just obsessed with them. The first one are the First Aid Beauty Radiance Pads. These are the facial radiance pads. I use these after I take my makeup off, after I cleanse my skin. Use these. Not only does it get like the last bit of like grime and grease and dirt off of your face, it leaves your face, again, like the title says, radiant. Radiant, radiant, radiant. They're so great. It has glycolic and lactic acids. It's safe for sensitive skin. This is probably my fourth or fifth, like, I don't know what this is, case of these. I've been using these for a while. I'm pretty sure I've been talking to you guys about these for a while. I'm obsessed with these. They are so amazing. They don't break me out. My skin has definitely gotten more sensitive since getting off of birth control. And so I do kind of have to be a little bit more cautious as to what I use. But this is a solid one. This is a game changer for me. And it just like the non-plastic coffee cup, this is also compostable. We love that. It says that it exfoliates to reveal smoother and brighter skin. It's dermatologist tested. There's no artificial fragrance, all of the good things. So I love this. There's 60 of the little pads in these. They're great. I believe it's like $38, maybe $32, something like that. But again, I will be posting this so you guys can have the link. Next up, my moisturizer. Tried and true at this point. It's the Laneige Water Sleeping Mask. You guys know we love her. We adore her. She's great. Hydrates, brightens, softens, and they do have several of these. I know that they just came out with a new one. It's like a brighten and plump one, but the water mask will always be my moisturizer. I know some people think people use it for different things, I'm assuming, because it's called a mask. I just use it as a moisturizer because I just think it's great. And it markets itself as an overnight dehydration mask. It contains contains a probiotic derived complex to help visibly improve skin clarity and texture while you sleep. But again, I just use it as a moisturizer. I think it works all the same, and I think it works great. And that's really all that matters. So Laneige Water Sleeping Mask, this has been my go-to. Next, this guy is something that I don't think anyone talks about. I have not seen one person talk about this, and I don't know why. I do know that it's expensive. Maybe that's why, but I'm obsessed with it and it's so, so good. This is the Bobbi Brown Vitamin Enriched Smoothing Serum. I am almost certain that I've talked to you guys about this before, and I feel that way because I had a tester of this before and I tested it out and I loved it. And then when the Sephora sale came around, I picked this up and I'm so glad I did. You guys, smells so luxurious, smells so expensive. It smells like a spa. It is so nice. I put this on at night before I go to bed or before I do my makeup. I've tried to stay away from it actually before doing my makeup because something is going on with my makeup base. I don't know if it's my primer. I don't know if it's this smoothing serum, but whenever I put one of those two on, I've noticed that my foundation is pilling a little bit when I apply over either the primer or the smoothing serum. But I didn't use the smoothing serum today and my foundation still pilled a little bit when I was doing my makeup. So it's probably not this. It's probably the primer. Anyways, moving on. This stuff is amazing. I love it. It smells so good. It smells so clean. It's almost like a lavender spa smell. I don't know. It just smells rich. It smells good. And it leaves my skin looking so glowy. Like on the days where I'm like, I don't want to put on makeup. I've told you guys this before. I rarely wear makeup unless I'm filming. I will put this on and I will feel 10 times more put together just because I'm like, I have a glowy, radiant look to my skin. My skin's looking good. I'm feeling good. I'm obsessed with this. This is something that I'm always going to be repurchasing, and I'm also out of it. So that's great. When we went into Sephora, I did not get this because they don't have it in my Sephora. They don't sell Bobbi Brown at my Sephora. So like in store, they sell it online, obviously, but not in store. So I need to go online. and pick up a new one of these. Okay, I believe that that is all for the skincare. I've been really trying to keep my skincare minimal. I feel like when I incorporate about 12 different steps, things just get complicated. So I'm just trying to stick with the things that work for me, especially because, as I mentioned, once I got off of birth control, I feel like my skin did get a little bit more sensitive when it comes to what it's willing to put up with. Before that, when I was on birth control, I feel like I could walk through fire and my skin would still just stay the same. I could have rubbed my face in dirt. I could have done anything and my skin just did not care. But now that I've gotten off of birth control, things have changed, hormones have changed, and my skin is definitely more sensitive. I am going to go and meet with an esthetician at one of the spots here where I get like my Botox and my spray tans. And I'm going to kind of sit down and ask for like a game plan, just so I feel like I'm not over consuming my skincare. I feel like we live in like a consumer society. Everyone's always consuming things. I'm so easily influenced when I go on TikTok and I see what people are buying. So I just want a routine that I know works for me. And that's why I've been trying to like stick to minimal products. I'm not going over crazy with the 12 step skincare routine. If that's you and if that works for you, all power to you. I honestly wish that I could do it, but it's just not on the cards for me right now. So I'm just sticking with what works. And these are the products that work. Now, let's move on to hair because I have some things to say. So as I mentioned a couple days ago, I was all out of my hair stuff. I was literally bone dry on everything. All of the things that I'm about to show you, I did not have, and I could feel it and I could see it. My hair was so dry. It was so frizzy. It was just so brittle and it looked really damaged. Obviously, as you guys know, I do highlights in my hair. My hair, it has bleach in it, so there is some damage to it. But typically, it's not looking this bad. It's not looking this rough. When I got out of the shower, I let my hair air dry, and good God, you guys, it was disastrous. And then went to Sephora, picked up my things that I'm about to show you, took a shower last night, put in all the products. 10 times better. 10 out of 10, night and day difference. I almost didn't even want to straighten my hair today. I've been in my natural hair era lately, except when I'm filming because I'm always filming with straight hair. But I've definitely been in my natural hair era lately, which I've been loving, which I never thought I would say. But again, it's because these products help me feel really confident about my hair. So I'm going to shut up and we're going to get into it. First one, I'm pretty sure I've shown you guys this before. This is the Color Wow Dream Coat. It is a supernatural spray. It magically transforms texture. It's an amazing humidity proofing powers, or it has amazing humidity proofing powers. Sorry, reading is hard for me today, apparently. This is an award-winning humidity sealant that stops hair from becoming a hot mess in even the highest humidity. Activated by heat, it's long-lasting and lasts through 3 to 4 shampoos. Now, again, I use this every time I wash my hair. When I have it, I use it every single time. Sue me, say it's wrong. I don't care. This is what I do and it works for me. I put this in my hair. Now, my best friend she does my hair. She's a hairstylist. She told me that everyone uses this wrong, including myself, because basically, again, like it says on the back, it's heat activated. So you should blow dry your hair after you put it in, like kind of directly after. But I don't do that. And I still kind of find that it works just as well. Sorry. I love this stuff. This is amazing. It works so well. It smells amazing. And this is probably my 7th or 8th bottle of this. I will always repurchase this. I love the Color Wow line. I also have a volumizing mousse from them that I love and I think is great. So this has been a game changer. Next up, oh my gosh, is this spilling? We can't have you spill. I think it's spilling. Okay. Anyways, I'm just going to keep her standing up. This is the Amika The Cure Multitask Repair Treatment. I love the Amika brand. I think they are amazing. I don't know what kind of magic supernatural shit that they put in here, but it works every single time. I have their volumizing shampoo. I had one other mask before this. I have their brass, like get rid of brass, their purple shampoo, and this mask right here, The Cure. This is my favorite. I put this in when I'm in the shower. I keep it in for like a minute or two. That's when I'll like wash my body, do all the other things, and then I'll wash it out. And you guys, my hair, so soft, so silky. I do also like, if you've been here for a minute, you know I love the Dry Bar Liquid Glass Smoothing Sealant that you put in. But I do think that this is better for repairing. The smoothing sealant is great for smoothing. Like it does all the things that this one does, But this one also, the Amica one also like repairs your hair at the same time, if that makes sense. So it's a little bit better for your hair in my opinion, but they both give me that same smooth feeling. When I wash it out of my hair, I'm like, oh my God. And I love the feeling of putting it on my scalp. It's so like cold and it just feels good. I don't know how to explain it. Don't judge me. It just feels really good. So anyways, let's just read the back of this. It says, restore hair from the breaking point with this multitasking repair treatment for stronger hair that has bounce, body, and the ability to hold a style and curl. Densely packed with bond cure technology and vegan protein, this treatment strengthens hair, reinforces the cuticle, and prevents future damage and breakage. So we love this. She's a favorite. Again, I used this last night. Hair hasn't felt better. So good. So good. I love it. Now, it wouldn't be a summer must-have if I didn't show you what dry shampoo I'm using. I'm a dry shampoo girly. I am someone who, I know I'm not the best at this. I will wash my hair every day. I told you this before. I'll say it again. I wash my hair every day or every other day. Sorry, sue me, whatever. I like clean hair. I know it's not great for me, but I've made it this far. This is what I'm doing. By the way, if you're someone who can wash your hair like once a week, please teach me your ways, because I can't do it. I know you're supposed to train your hair to like not get greasy. I don't have the patience to train my hair. I just don't have the patience. So anyways, I need a good dry shampoo, because even on like second day hair, my hair can get greasy. Third day hair, forget about it. So I need a good dry shampoo. I've tried a lot of them. I love the Amica one, but the Amica one is great for second day hair, like right when you feel like your hair is getting a little greasy. When your hair is like greasy, this is my favorite. It's the Batiste Dry Shampoo Instant Refresh. I feel like there's probably a lot other like expensive high-end dry shampoos that you could get out there. This one still to this day will always be my favorite. I've used it for years. I've never turned my back on it, and I don't plan on it. I love it. I think it's amazing. It's an instant hair refresh. It's dry shampoo. I know that this one does come out white, but I do know that they make a brown one. They make a couple different ones actually, but I just love the original. It says on the back it's UK's #1 dry shampoo. So I'm guessing this is a UK product. Yeah, it's a British brand. It says it on the bottom right here. Look at that. Awesome. It says, make every day your runway with Batiste Dry Shampoo. This multi-award winning hair hero is the perfect quick fix for great looking hair between washes. A few quick bursts instantly transforms your look. Hair looks clean and fresh with added body and texture, no water required. That is true. I can attest to this. This stuff is amazing. There is a little bit of a fragrance to it. I don't care about fragrances really. Like, it doesn't affect me. I don't get, I'm not sensitive to fragrance. If you are, you probably won't like this. I don't know if they come with an unscented one. That's actually something that I'm curious about, because I do know that they have multiple types of these dry shampoos. So maybe they do come with an unscented one. I don't know. We'll have to look into it. But this is the one that I use and I love it. It's a tried and true forever and ever. So we love that. Next, we're going to get into a little bit of a fragrance. This is my summer fragrance, you guys. I love this perfume so much and no one talks about it, and I don't know why. Oh, it smells so good. This is the Chanel Chance perfume, and it's in the green bottle. I love this stuff. I've had it before. This is now my second bottle. And you guys know, like, if you use perfume, like, it takes a while to finish it. This is my second bottle and I'm almost halfway done with it. I love this stuff. My sister is the one that put me onto it. If you don't know, the Chance line for Chanel, I believe there's 3 of them. There's like a pink one, an orange one, and a green one. The green one is my favorite, hands down. Again, my sister introduced me to it. She would always wear it when she would go out or whenever I would see her go to an event. And I would always be like, what are you wearing? You smell amazing. And it was this. And so I got it and I love it. I wore it the other night when I went out with Kristen, my best friend, and she was like obsessed with it. She was like, what are you wearing? You smell amazing. This is incredible. And that's like such a great compliment. I love when people compliment the way that I smell, because I love like perfumes and fragrance and stuff like that. So when people compliment it, I know it's a good one. This is a good one. It is so bright and fresh and summery, but also like luxurious and packs a punch and not super florally. I'm not into like the sweet floral scents that give you a headache. This is not that. This is amazing. I love this. And I will go back to it time and time again. It's so good. It's definitely more of a summer scent, not as much for me a winter scent. And I do know that some people think, I remember I posted about this like years ago. And I remember I got a few comments on my Instagram or DMs, and people were like, "Oh, this is such an old lady brand. Like, these are old lady perfumes." No, 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 no. Go smell them, and you tell me this is an old lady perfume. If this is how old ladies smell, call me elderly. This is amazing, and I love it. So 10 out of 10. Okay, moving on. After the perfume, let's go into my makeup must-haves of the summer. Now, I have 4 things to show you. 2 are lip products, 1 is a powder, 1 is a blush. I'm gonna start with the blush. I freaking love this blush, you guys. I got this during the Sephora sale. I also got another one of these blushes, but this is the one that I always go to. I actually think I've only used the other one like once or twice because I'm obsessed with this one. This is the Patrick Ta blush, and it is in the shade, what is this? She's Blushing. Look at that. Look at that. That is the perfect, at least for me, like sunburnt color. And I don't know about you guys, but I love the look of just like a little bit of a burn. We love a little bit of a sunburn. Obviously use SPF. I do too. And I don't tan outside. So I need something to give me like that effect, if you know what I mean. And that is this. I love this. This tone is everything. The undertone of it is beautiful. It comes in a cream blush as well as a powder, so you get the duo. I use the cream blush when I am doing my foundation and like haven't put powder on yet, and then I will go in with the powder blush at the very end just to kind of emphasize that color a little bit, and it is beautiful. It is so beautiful. I'm obsessed with this, and this is going to be my go-to all summer. I'm honestly almost hitting pan, I think, on the cream blush. There's definitely a pretty big dent in it. So that pan is coming up sooner rather than later for sure. But I love this color. I used to never be a blush girl, you guys. I've talked about this before. If you go back and watch like literally makeup videos from 7 years ago, which don't take any advice from that girl. She knows nothing. But what she would say was that I hated blush so much. Like I literally thought it made me look like a clown. I thought that it just made me look really red because I have a naturally like pink undertone. Like I'm pale and my cheeks get red really easily. And so I would always be like, oh, I don't need blush because obviously like my cheeks are just going to get red anyways and it's just going to make me look more red. No, I didn't know what I was talking about because obviously that's not how it works. And finding the right blush color, it just brings life to your face. But obviously I didn't want that. I was just doom and gloom. But I love a good blush now, and this is my favorite. So again, She's Blushing, Patrick Ta. Definitely check it out. Next one is my favorite powder of summer, and that is the Maybelline Fit Me powder. I know there's a million powders out there. Charlotte Tilbury's got one. Fenty has one. All of the brands have one. But for me, Maybelline Fit Me, it does me good every single time. I love it. It's so great. I throw it in my purse every time I go out, every time I'm going to dinner, every time I go anywhere because it is so good for a touch up. It finishes off my makeup look. So I'll use like my regular loose powder while I do my makeup, and then I'll finish off my makeup. Like when I'm done with everything, I'll go in with a little powder puff and I'll tap on the oil, like powder puff in the powder and then take that puff and put it on my face. Sorry, I don't know why that's a tongue twister. Put it on my face and tap on the areas where I get normally a little bit more oily. So for me, it's my T-zone and my chin. That's where I put it. What is wrong with me today? And I love it. It takes away the oil and it also brings this beautiful blurring like aspect to the skin. I have pores for days, you guys. Pores is definitely like one of my biggest skin insecurities, I would say. So anything that is blurring, I love. And this definitely does the trick. And it's pretty budget friendly. I mean, it's Maybelline. Find it at the drugstore. I just love it. The shade that I use is Natural Beige. And as you can tell, I have definitely used this one up. And I believe this is my second one. So I'm going to be needing a new one pretty soon. Okay, moving on to the last 2 items, which are lips. I love a good lip gloss, and I've narrowed it down to my top 2. So as you guys know, last time, if you watched the last favorites episode that we did, I told you guys my new favorite lip liner is Icon Baby from Charlotte Tilbury. That has not changed. I still use it every single time I do my makeup. So I didn't feel the need to bring it back on into this segment because obviously it hasn't changed. But I wanted to talk to you guys about what my favorite glosses are. The first one is this Fenty gloss, and it is in Sweet Mouth. I think I might have talked to you guys about this one before, but I love it. It's so good. It gives, look at that shine. The shine is crazy. It's so glossy. It's just a perfect girly gloss. I love it. And I know there's so many different shades. This one's definitely more of like a light pink, nude, clear shade. It's got sparkle in it. So if you don't like sparkle, well, it's not like sparkle. It's not like glitter chunks, but it's got a nice sheen to it. I just love it. I think it's perfect. Next is the Tarte Marajusi. Marajuka? I think it's Marajuka. Marajusi? Yeah. I don't know. I don't know, you guys. Marajuka lip. I have seen this all over TikTok. I'm sure you have too if you're on my side of TikTok. And I finally fell influenced and I bought one and I love it. I got the shade Mixed Berries and it is a really pretty, it almost is very similar to the Icon Baby shade. That's why I got it in this shade. And it's like a little bit of a darker mauve color. I don't know. I'll let you guys decide. I'm showing you to the camera right now if those of you who are just listening on audio, but I'm showing the YouTube fam right now. And I love this. I think it's so good. I think it lasts a really long time, by the way. Like the gloss lasts a while. I filmed an entire Killer Instinct today, did not have to reapply once, and we filmed for probably a little over an hour. So it definitely does well. It holds up when I'm drinking water, wine, whatever. It stays. I love it. Big fan. And these are definitely going to be the two that I'm going to go back and forth with over the summer because they are just amazing and I love them and they're always in my bag. I have like 3 different lip products in my bag, like glosses at all times. It's usually always the Fenty one, the Tarte one, and then I'll have like the Laneige lip balm, which sometimes I use too. Like sometimes I'll just do lip liner and the lip balm and call it a day. And I love that look too. I think it's great. So those are like my go-tos. And those are my go-tos for summer. So I hope you guys enjoyed this episode. Like I said, I'm going to have everything linked on the My Thoughts Exactly Instagram. So make sure you are following that page if you want the direct links to any of the things that we talked about here today. And with that being said, you guys, that's going to be it for me right now. I love you guys so much. Thank you so much for watching another episode of My Thoughts Exactly. Again, if you're new here, hi, my name is Savannah and I'm your host. Make sure you go ahead and hit that subscribe button. That way you never miss an episode. I post weekly every single Friday and you're not going to want to miss it. I'll be back next week with a brand new one for you guys and I will see you there. Bye guys.